Hello, welcome to Wilson Entertainment and Games. Today we have a look at the Battle of Hoth. New game coming out. We're going to have a look at what's in the box and maybe a little bit of the gameplay. This game is only supposed to take about 30 minutes and it's for 2 to 4 players. You get a little bit of what that looks like. Some in the back of the box there's quite a few miniatures in here, which we'll also have a look at and see how those look. So before much ado, let's get to it. Okay, let's have a look at this inside the box here. First, you may want to take a little bit of a look at the back here. It explains in a quick view of how the play goes. As I said, it was for 2 to 4 players for like 30 minutes. And it does contain quite a few miniatures. So, let's have a look. Okay, there we have the rule book, as you can see here. It's not too bad. I mean, for having too many rules anyway. Got a lot of pictures here. And it's only 12 pages, so it's not bad. Now here we have a scenario book of different scenarios you can play with this. They've got quite a few scenarios in here. And this is actually larger. It's 20 pages. There's quite a few scenarios you can play. Here are reference cards. As you can see, one is for Rebel and the other one for Imperial. They're the same on both sides. Or each card is the same. They are different on each side there. This talks about the different hexes that are in the game. Here's campaign number 1. Talking about that. Oh, okay, yeah, they have campaign number 1. This is the part for the Empire, and this is the part for the Rebels. And then they have another set here, each one for campaign number 2. Here are the hex pieces, which are double-sided, as you can see. Each one type was explained, as I showed before. Here's the board for the game. Okay, so the board is somewhat of a typical size board, I guess you could say. About that size. Let's see. Well, they have 2 different boards. Okay, so it's 2-sided. Must be for different scenarios. You have this one. You can see here. And this one with the 3 zones. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit for that. Okay. You've got special dice for this game with different symbols on them. They have, as you had maybe noticed on the back of the box, there's these pieces that'll hold your cards up. That's what these are, to hold the cards up. Here are the cards. You can see there's quite a few cards. And then there are the miniatures we've been talking about. So, this would be like your rebel guys here. If you can have a look. Pretty small, but makes sense to fit on that board that I showed. We've also got a couple ion cannons in here, as you can see. That's the size of those. We also have the snow speeders in here, this size. We got quite a few of those snow speeders in here, and a lot of troops. Okay, now the Imperial side, which you can see they actually have the symbol on the plastic too. Now we have over here, we've got some probe droids here. And we've got about 4 of those. And you have the troopers there, you can see here. And then what everybody probably wants to see here is the AT-ATs. Here, there's 3 AT-ATs, as you can see. That's what they look like. And some of you may be wondering too, like, okay, so just out of curiosity, how does this compare to like X-Wing miniatures in scale? So let's see. Here's your typical TIE fighter from X-Wing, and here's an AT-AT. So scale-wise, yeah, they're quite a bit smaller. To give you an idea with that, we also have here an X-Wing, so to see this difference in size. So how these are played is they're played in groups of 4 for the troops. So you'd put the hexes on the board here, like these hexes here, and then those are obstacle types of hexes, so they don't go everywhere. And then the troops would go on the board like in sets of 4. So you have them here like 4. So basically they're counted as health as you play. So as you lose 1 health, you lose 1 troop, and then you have the 3, and then they can move like this towards the other side. Like, for example, the Imperial guys, the typical scenario everyone would be thinking about is going to hit the shield generator. So you're going to the shield generator, trying to hit that, and these rebels are trying to stop them, of course. And that's just one of the many scenarios included in the book. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the command cards. Those are the cards that you set up in these holders for your turn. Let's have a look. Okay, now, like I showed you earlier on the game board, how there's 3 zones. For example, the command cards tell you which zone you can use. So, like, this is zone 1. So you're doing these actions in that zone. See, like this is well, it's 1 move in that zone. This is the middle zone or the other zone. So So you're trying to pick then, like this is how many units you can move that turn. So you can get one like this is all units in that zone. And you can move your units into the other zone, but if you do that, it depends on what card you're going to end up with. See, each card, sometimes you could get a card like this that has 2 zones you can move your troops in. Or you can have like this, order 3 units of your choice, anywhere on the board. So these cards, like you see here, these are all Empire cards. Here we have the Rebel cards. And it's, you know, same thing. So talking about which zone and how many troops you can move or have actions for. And then you have some special types of cards like this. You can help you move additional spaces and things like that. That's the basics of it. I'm going to get this video up so people can see what we have coming. So thank you for watching this Wilson Entertainment and Games video.